Hi you all! In today's chapter, I want to talk to you about something that has a direct relation to sling protections. And in this case, I want to focus on textile slings. So stick around to see all the material. I'm Sergio Jelincic, welcome to this community called Gorila. And as I mentioned earlier in the chapter, today we're going to talk about sling protections and also answer some questions. Like for example, does a protection really work? What type of protection is recommended? Or care instructions or technical differences between protections. So stick around for all that content, but first, don't just focus on what's happening here. Subscribe to this channel, don't waste time because you're going to see a lot more content. Alright, I want to start with the simplest and most economical option. Polyester protection. Polyester protection is the same cover used to protect tubular slings, which is a cover made of class 7 polyester. This helps to protect and extend the lifespan of the sling's body. This type of element can commonly be used in flat slings or also in tubular slings. It's the most economical, the most versatile. Some of its qualities compared to the rest are that as it's a polyester material, it's flexible, which allows me to do basket work and loop work. On the other hand, we have the polyurethane protector. What are its advantages and also its disadvantages compared to the one I just mentioned? First of all, its advantage is that it's removable. And what does this mean? Essentially, you can get a flat sling without protection and essentially buy the protection separately, and you can just essentially take them off a sling and essentially put them on another item. Our polyurethane protections come in sizes from 1 meter, ranging from 1 inch wide to 12 inches wide. Now, what could be its disadvantage compared to a polyester production? As you can see, it's a stiffer material, so when you have to do basket work, it will probably work for you. But if you need to work with loop type loads, as you can see, polyester is a bit stiffer. Now, protect against sharp edges, it's impeccable and one of the best products you can find on the market to preserve and protect both the ISAR product and your handling. Now, if we want to talk about the future, there's a protection called HMPE, or also known in the world as Dyneema. Well, what is Dyneema, you may ask? So in the end, can I just see a section of the cover here, right? Something so simple, but the truth is this material is the best on the market. And why? Number one, it floats in water. It can also work at cryogenic temperatures of 167 degrees. It has a high cut resistance, and it's the textile material with the highest tolerance to cutting and abrasion. On one hand, as you may know, Kevlar has a high resistance to high temperatures, and in this case, its greatest strength and advantage is its high cut resistance. And this means that if we are working with complex lifting maneuvers that have a high economic value or really technically complex maneuvers, the best thing you can do to protect those who are performing the maneuver as well as the item in question is to use this raw material. On the other hand, it's important for you to know that in the textile world, there is a high level of pollution globally, and the fiber or raw material called HMPE is the least polluting, having the least impact on the carbon footprint compared to nylon, polyester, Kevlar, or any other raw material where you can see this element being used significantly. In this case, we have it on a tubular sling, but this type of protection can also be seen or installed on a chain sling, a strop, also known as a cable sling. However, the common denominator seen in the market is to protect tubular slings, especially those with a high load capacity, where in some cases it can be used specifically for when there's a corner with a sharp edge to protect the raw material and prevent premature wear or cuts, or in some cases it's also used around the entire perimeter of the strap or sling. How can I know, or how can I also recommend what type of protection to use? Depending on the target market, in metalworking, polyester protection is suitable. In machine shops with high cut exposure, use polyurethane. For tubular slings or steel strops, HMB or Dyneema protection is ideal. In a machine shop or using products prone to cuts, use polyurethane to prevent sling fatigue. For tubular slings, large chain slings, or steel strops, HMB Dyneema is ideal. Despite its cost, it ensures safety for handlers and products. And when we're talking about slings, HMB, known as Dyneema, is the best protection. Though costly, it ensures safety for handlers and the product. High load capacity products have significant economic value. Although it is true that it is a high cost product, safety of those who are carrying the load, as well as the product you have in question, will also prevail. and discussing a product with a high load capacity represents significant economic value. Thank you for staying until now, and if you haven't done so already, I ask you to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, take care, and see you in another episode.